we've done these experiments where we've had all different sorts of people wear the same face and see these crows respond so strongly and pass on this knowledge to others in their society. That's been really surprising to me. I always knew they were smart. I always knew they could learn from trial and error because they're tough to catch a second time. But to see them really be paying such close attention to us has been really eye-opening for me. You walk outside now with a whole nother perspective.
Okay, so after watching that video, what is the main idea or the main topic of that video? They could recognize a particular face? Yeah, so the video is really about crows recognize faces, right? There. Good. Did you expect that? Did you know that crows or birds could recognize human faces? You kind of knew that, yeah? Yeah. I don't think I realized how smart crows were before I watched this or before I heard about this study. So what were some of the details and evidence that they talked about that kind of showed us that crows could recognize faces, things that back it up?
Crows,
Oh, sorry, back there.
crows react dramatically different response to the person.
Yeah, so different responses to people. Good. Yeah, so they might respond differently to one person than to another person. What else? What were the other details or evidence? Did you have one?
Oh yeah, I was saying like they can like they just like memorize like the people who goes there probably every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was going to paraphrase what you said. So I'll say they memorize familiar people or familiar faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Details? No? All right. So this is actually part of a study that was done here at the University of Washington all about crows, and there's actually a much longer documentary you can watch that goes into detail about it. But it's actually really interesting because they talk about how crows recognize faces. Whoops, I realized I missed an E there. Crows recognize faces, but not only do they recognize faces, but they tell their children or their babies what people are dangerous and what people are not. So if a crow decides that you're a dangerous person, maybe you shot at their nest or something like that, they take that information and they pass it on to the next generation of crows. So then maybe one generation away, that crow will still recognize you and be like, oh, we know Manisha. Mom told me about Manisha, she's really dangerous. So they're really, really intelligent. And like you were saying, they memorize the familiar faces that they see every day, right? So it's a pretty interesting study about crows, and it's given me a little bit more respect for crows because I used to always be like, go away. No, I'm like, they're very smart, they're going to remember me. I don't want to make them angry. Okay, so the study that I'm talking about was done here at the university, and this is the thesis statement for the study. So, it's a much longer study or article than this, obviously, but this is sort of the basic thesis statement. It says, because corvids are cognitively advanced, capable of individual and social learning, and often live closely with people who hold strong positive and negative attitudes towards them, it seems likely that they may develop the ability to recognize specific humans. All right, so that was their scientific thesis statement. What do you think this word here means, corvids? Any ideas or guesses? What was the main topic of the video? The most basic thing it's about? Crows, yeah. So crows, this is the scientific term for crows. Corvids, yeah. So this is from a scientific paper, so they're using slightly different academic language, right, than what we kind of use when we're having a conversation. So what I'd like you to do is look at this thesis statement and do your best to write a paraphrase of it. So using your own words, think how you can say this information in a way that is different from how the author stated it. So the order needs to be different. We've lost Tony. Come back to us, Tony. Remember, the order needs to be different. What else do we do when we paraphrase? Perfect grammar structure, good. What else? How about back here? What do we do when we paraphrase?
Use synonym.
What was that?
Use a synonym.
Yeah, use synonyms, exactly. So we want to use different words that have the same meaning. Anything else?
How about active voice to passive voice?
So you can use the active voice. You want to also make sure that you capture all of the information that you're paraphrasing. So for this, you don't want to just paraphrase one part of it. You want to make sure that you incorporate all of the key pieces of information, right? So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and get started on that. We'll start with 5 minutes, but if you need more time, we'll take a little more time. How you doing, Tony? You sleepy today? Late night. Have some snacks and I'll wake up. Oh, thank you. Corvids. So corvids is the scientific word for crow. You were sleeping, remember? Okay, so it's another word. It's a synonym for crow.